The Gold Sheet has been the industry standard for providing NFL and college football betting information for the last 6 decades. WagerTalk is very proud to have acquired the Gold Sheet 3 years ago, and we took what was already an iconic product and made it even better. Get the football Gold Sheet for the entire season for only $129 by heading to goldsheet.com. Gold Sheet game write-ups are among the best in the industry, and we've now combined them with detailed statistical analysis in an easy-to-read, game-to-game format. Early bird pricing expires at midnight on Sunday, August 14th. Sign up now at goldsheet.com to subscribe for the entire NFL and college football season at less than $5 per issue. Don't miss out.
Welcome, everybody, to WagerTalk Today. We're a little matchy. Teddy covers Lawrence Presman. You're watching the best daily sports betting show on the planet. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing just fine today, Lawrence. How about yourself?
Yeah, no complaints. Gonna hang out at the pool a little later. Got a couple of business meetings around 3. All else is great. We got an awesome show going on today, Teddy. Dave Cokin in his normal, regular Thursday spot. What is Dave going to talk about? We're going to look at the Giants-Patriots game and the Orioles-Red Sox game. We've got Carmine coming on. He's looking at some soccer, and Kyle Anthony with some UFC. But first, what did we learn in the wonderful world of sports betting, brother?
I signed a contract yesterday, buddy. No, it's not Proline. We're not going to be on national TV. It's not ESPN Game Day. No. But the show's called Beat the Odds. We did a pilot for the Super Bowl. I tweeted it out back in the day. But it'll be on every weekend from Labor Day through the Super Bowl on local affiliates all around the country. So Dave Hall is going to be the anchor. We're going to be shooting at KVVU studio here in Las Vegas. That's Fox 5. And shooting in the real TV studios is fun. You know, you have cameras everywhere, you have lighting everywhere. You know, it's a real production. So we're going to be shooting every Thursday with a guy named Fat Jack Ross. And again, it's going to be on affiliates all over the country. Good old local TV. So I encourage you to check it out. It's not a national TV spot, but it's a TV spot that's going to be all over the country. So looking forward to doing that all fall, breaking down the NFL. Prez, what about you? What did you learn last night?
Well, firstly, way to go, Teddy. Awesome stuff. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. But in all seriousness, dude, I mean, you should be on freaking ESPN as far as I'm concerned. Your breakdowns are incredible. You've got the voice. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, after I turned that show down, I guess they called you, right?
Yeah, that was a gig. No, they needed someone in Vegas, buddy. The show's being filmed here. So you did not a gig.
Jack Ross. Is he fat?
Yes.
That's brutal. I like the Australian way. Fat Jack Ross would be like 120 pounds soaking wet. They always do the opposite. Anyway, I went to fish last night. Some of the guys want a quick sort of review of the concert. Look, I'm not a fish fanatic under any circumstances. I'm a Deadhead. I'm a Floyd head. I love Thievery Corporation, The Doors. Fish is okay. It was a good show. The first set was slow. The second set was great. I hate standing on a hill. That was really the biggest problem. You're just standing on a freaking hill. Concert went really long, which is kudos to those guys. I mean, some of these young artists should actually watch these old artists perform for 3.5 straight hours. It was a good show. It was, yeah, fine. I mean, look, I'd prefer to be the Grateful Dead, but I had a great night. I enjoy their music. I just don't love it. And that's about it. Yeah, that's about it on the review. Teddy, let's get straight into the show. Dave Cokin joining us. Dave Cokin! You used to do a national television show a long while ago with one of my mentors and perhaps one of the greatest guys in this industry, Jim Feist. That was a while ago, Dave. How did you end up getting yourself on that show?
Well, I was with the Feist organization, so therefore I was on the show.
Fascinating stories from Dave Cokin, everybody.
Well, look, if it's I can't. What do I wish I could embellish, but there's nothing to embellish. It's like,
Okay.
we're putting you on the TV show, and I was on the TV show. I like
there
fish.
You go.
I do like fish myself.
Well, like which kind? Halibut?
Dover sole would be number one. Swordfish,
Ooh.
which is now basically impossible to get, be number two, and I think salmon number three.
Yeah. I like Chilean sea bass, but it's not even the real name. It's like, honestly, Chilean sea bass is extinct. They just changed the name of the toothfish to Chilean sea bass to appease everyone. Chuck Pod writes, fish is a younger Grateful Dead. That, my friend, is incorrect. That would be like me being a younger Dave Cokin. There are legends like Dave Cokin, and there are good people like me. Dave, let's go, man. Baltimore, Boston. Yesterday I gave the over out in the Boston game, and it cashed, so you guys make sure to get 100 likes so we can get you a couple of more picks. Dave, what is going to happen in this matchup today?
Well, let's look at both the side and the total in this game. I like the Red Sox. I can tell you that. They've won 9 games since the beginning of July. They're playing terrible baseball. So I don't want them. And the Orioles are the team in the playoff hunt, so I like the idea of them at plus money. You're not going to win every game going against the Red Sox, but it looks like you're going to win most of the games going against the Red Sox. They're kind of a dead team mentally. They can still hit, though. And the starting pitchers here, Kramer and Winkowski. Kramer's not a swing and miss guy, neither is Winkowski. Winkowski, more of a ground ball guy, but he gives up a lot of hard contact. 45% hard contact is a bit alarming in a small ballpark like Fenway. Kramer, less hard contact, but he is a kind of an extreme fly ball pitcher, and that doesn't bode well for Fenway Park. The bullpens, the key bullpen guys for both teams, pretty well rested. So I think you got first 5 in the total. First 5 over, which is 5.5. And as for the side, gotta like the Orioles.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of these little lines, David, that just jumped off the page at me. It's like, can you figure out why Boston's favored in this game? Because I couldn't. It was a scenario for me where I'm like, who's going to put their money on the Red Sox as chalk right now with a second-tier hurler on the hill? I can't. I'm surprised that not only that they were installed as the favorite, but that they've held as the favorite. What are the markets seeing that I'm not seeing in this one?
Whatever they're seeing, it's wrong because they've lost money. They've lost money on the Red Sox games the last 2 nights. Atlanta Braves road favorite in both games, but they weren't big road favorites early and tickered up during the day, and the Braves won both games. So, as usual, I don't give a shit what the market's doing. I really don't care. That's been my philosophy for a long time. We'll talk about that in the football game that we've got. One of the 2 football games tonight, because the market has taken a stance in this in these Giants Patriots game.
Dave Cokin, before we get into that, dude, how about the player with the cell phone in his back pocket? I mean, have you ever, and you know what, people debate I always say baseball's not a sport, it's a game. Yeah, I mean, I think, that pretty much sums it up.
What kind of a ridiculous comment is that?
Oh, Dave, focus on the cell phone thing. We don't need to have this argument, and we can do it next time.
It's a stupid argument. Of course it's a sport. These guys are first-class athletes. It's an absolutely absurd. It's just an absurd observation. I'm sorry. It's like saying that tennis isn't is tennis? Look, if it's sports, it's sports. Okay? Curling is a sport.
Yeah, so's darts and billiards and lawn bowls. Dave Cokin, what did you think about the phone falling out of the guy's pocket in the middle of the game?
Well, that's illegal. And they should have told him he was being demoted to the minors on a text message. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Well, you know the story behind it, Lawrence, because the story behind it is the interesting part. All right. The reason that he had his cell phone on him as he went into the game was because he just got called up from AAA. He flew in, he raced to the stadium, he got on the field, put on his uniform. I guess his lock, he didn't have a lock. I mean, it was a scenario where he was running to the game and didn't even empty his pockets as he was getting on the field, kind of a story. At least that's what he was talking about. But he was just called up from AAA, so to send him right back via text message would be kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Fair enough. Slim Large writes, Bartolo Colon, one of the greatest athletes of all time. Dave Cokin, let's get into some NFLX. We got the Giants playing the Pats. It's going down tonight. 35 is the total. The line is New York -2.5. There are a couple of threes on the board. How should we bet this game?
Well, the betting market has certainly stepped in on the Giants and on the over. I don't know why. I'm really getting nothing out of the Giants camp except that reports are Daniel Jones is struggling with the new offense, but we're not going to see much of him tonight. Patriots will not be playing a lot of regulars tonight. Patriots did win all 3 of their preseason games last year, by the way, for what that's worth. I really don't understand the line movement in the game. To me, the value would be on New England and the under at this point. That total up to 35. And you're not going to see a lot of game planning on offense here. So 35 to me is a bit of a high total. I didn't play either one, but I would, if I'm looking at this game, I'm looking at the Patriots and the under because based on where the line's open and where they are now, you're getting a little value on those two.
So the training camp reports in New England have been as ugly as I've ever seen them in 25 years in Vegas. I got here the year that Belichick started with the Pats, and I've never seen the beat writers one after another, talking about, Patriots here. I'm just going to read a tweet. Patriots number 1 offense today has been distressingly bad. Run stuffs, aborted plays, would-be sacks, distress lobs into traffic just to get the ball out. Beginning to feel it's less the new offense and more the post-scar cycle of OL coaches. They are perpetually overwhelmed. Another quote, offense looks broken, can't protect, losing one-on-one, blitz is getting through, no run game, miscommunication on routes. Belichick is now apparently sitting most of his starters today because he doesn't trust, or the pundits are saying because he doesn't trust the offensive line to actually block anyone yet. Those quotes concern you at all for the New England side in this game?
No, because I didn't bet the game. I just it's not like there's positives coming out of the Giants camp. We're just not getting as much information. They're not, as far as I know, they're not even letting cameras in. They're trying to keep everything under wraps. But again, this is the thing on preseason. Why you got to wait for the bettable spots. Maybe this is one on the Giants. Maybe the market's got it right, but I'm not laying 2.5 or 3 points to find out. I mean, it's still Belichick, and they still have to find a way to win games. I mean, he's been a pretty good preseason coach over the years.
Dave Cokin, everyone. Yeah, I mean, I'm staying away from both the games tonight. Dave, college football, man, it's right around the corner. A couple of weeks away. You got to be super excited. Probably one of the best college football bettors of all time. Number 1 at WagerTalk lifetime in college football betting. What do you got going for the clients? You got a promo going?
No. The numbers speak for themselves. I've done pretty well in college football over the years, and expect to do well again this year. So if you want to enjoy the grind with me, sign up. It's not very expensive right now. The early bird rates save you a bunch of money. So this is known as a soft sell. I'm not big on hyping stuff, but I think it's going to be a good season.
Well, I can hype you guys. Bottom line, and I said this last Thursday, if you're going to play college football, you got to play Dave Cokin, legit. You know, we've got some. Look, everybody on the site is great at what they do, but you know, there's some people in some specific sports, like Kyle in UFC or Brandon in Japanese baseball. Dave Cokin in college football is right there with them all. Please go take a look at that package. You're not going to get it for any cheaper, and it will end up making you a fair chunk of dough. Dave Cokin, everyone, thanks for your time, my brother. Teddy covers. I got Dave a little bit annoyed with that baseball's not a sport thing, huh?
Clearly. You tend to get under people's skin sometimes, Lawrence. I don't know how you manage to do that, but every once in a while, people get annoyed with you.
You know what, Teddy? It's a superpower. Annoying man! Da-da-da-da-da-da! We'll be right back, everybody, with the big game breakdown. Carmine Bianco and Kyle Anthony.
Ready to take your favorite WagerTalk handicappers wherever you travel this football season? The WagerTalk TV app is now live for phones, tablets, smart TVs, and streaming platforms. Tune into your favorite shows like WagerTalk Today, Bet on It, and the Opening Line Report, plus browse through our extensive library of sports betting tips. Create your personal playlist of betting tip videos to help you prepare for the upcoming season, and set notifications to alert you when new content is added. Download the app for Apple, Android, Amazon, and Roku devices by searching for WagerTalk TV, or scan the QR code on your screen to join the winning conversation today.
It is time for today's big game breakdown. Let's look at some Friday night NFL preseason action. We've seen a big line move on this one in the last 24 hours. The Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. Right now, look at the WagerTalk live odds screen. I'm seeing Cleveland -1.5, total 37.5. A lot of money towards the Browns. They were underdogs at this time yesterday, certainly the day before, and a lot of money towards the over in this ballgame. Total was sitting as low as 33, now up to 37.5. So a significant move. But again, in preseason, once the money comes in, the markets start to move right away. There's no dithering. So it doesn't take nearly as much. You know, a 4.5 point move or a 4 point move on a total in a regular season game takes millions. In a preseason game, not nearly so much money to move that line. That being said, I would not be surprised there are points on Friday night. I'm going to concentrate here more on the side than the total, though. All right, let's start with this. We all saw the Jaguars. Some of us saw the Jaguars look like crap last week in the Hall of Fame game against the Raiders. Most of the starters sat. There wasn't a whole lot of urgency. They weren't very good in that ballgame. Doug Peterson this week, quote, I'm going to let the starters play, get their feet wet a little bit in this football game. A couple series, nothing too crazy, nothing too long, but I want to get the feel of the game and get them in there and get them working in game situation. The backup quarterback for Jacksonville sat last week, C.J. Beathard. He's going to play this time around. Travis Etienne, and then the starting running back is going to play this week for the Jags. And it's worth noting something that stood out last week, even in defeat in an ugly game. The Jags' pass rush was there, and their pass protection was there. That, I think, is a positive sign because I don't know that we're going to see a whole lot from the Cleveland starting offensive line in this ballgame. In fact, the reports I was reading was that the offensive line, the starters may not play at all. The offensive line looks great on paper, but they're not going to be in the game. If a series or two, if they play at all, that'll be backups. There's a lot of talk about the Browns QB room, and everyone's excited about the names on the list. Obviously, Deshaun Watson, Jacoby Brissett. There's 1, 2, and then 3, 4. You have Josh Dobbs and Josh Rosen, all of whom have started NFL games. That being said, and of course, when they announced Watson was going to play, all the money came on Cleveland. That said, 0 of those 4 quarterbacks have played a snap in this offense before. I would expect something of a learning curve. I would expect more than the average share of mistakes from Cleveland this game, especially playing behind a dicey offensive line against a defensive line that can bring some pressure. So all the money, Watson's playing. All the money pours in on Cleveland. Let's go the other way on this one. Take the Jags plus 1.5. And I'm not taking them on the money line. Plus 1.5. 1 is a key number. We'll get it in our favor. Give me Jacksonville plus the points. There's your big game break. Back to you.
Teddy covers, and that is why you now have a TV show, a radio show, TV and radio show, YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, ESPN. You're just everywhere. I just made most of that shit up.
It's what you do. So we're working on perhaps a bigger deal than that one. So, but
I know
we'll zip it and we'll let you know.
I already know, but nobody else does. You think I don't know this stuff? Look at Kyle Anthony, like wearing shades, waiting to come on. He's sitting. Like, Kyle, you're last, bro. You're not. You're last. Carmine Bianco. What up? Oh, Kyle. What up, dude?
What's going on, guys? My wife knows everything that every show Teddy's on. My wife absolutely loves Teddy. If he had a Cameo channel, she would pay to get a daily message from Teddy. I'm telling you, she just loves that voice.
Breaking news, everybody. Teddy will be on OnlyFans at 6 p.m. tonight. But in all seriousness, Carm, we were just talking about Kyle, and he was doing a pose down off air. And then you mentioned your wife. I thought you were going in a different direction. But hey, if your wife likes old men with gray hair, kudos to her. She clearly likes old men with no hair. Dude.
It's not the looks. It's the voice.
Oh, it's the voice.
Big game breakdown, Yeah.
Carm, let's get into it, man. Yeah. Premier League. That would be in England. Top league in soccer. We got a game going between Arsenal and Leicester City. Plus 600 in this game. Man, I'm curious. How are you going to bet this one when the line is so big?
We are going to call them Leicester City, first of all. I was hoping you would read my pronunciation on how
to bet. Dude? I don't need you coming on and correcting me. I already have Teddy.
And by the way, what is a meeting between two soccer teams called?
A match?
A game. Thank you. So it's Leicester City and it's a match. And I don't know anything about EPL. Go to town.
Okay, Carm, how are we betting this game?
Listen, with that said, last week was opening season. This is a different
season. Why don't you correct him, Teddy?
Game of the
down
season.
His damn throat.
All right, let's start this again so Chris can get me a nice clip on this one. Last week was the opening of the season. Listen, Arsenal was really busy during the offseason, a very good summer market for them. They got Gabriel Jesus from Man City. They got Zinchenko from Man City, guys who have experience, have won the title, and they look pretty good on the road. This is a team that last year finished 5th, a couple points out of a Champions League spot, and it was their road record that did them in, losing 9 of their 19 games. But first off, a 2-0 win at Crystal Palace. They look good, and now they return home to the Emirates, where last season they were the 3rd best team behind Arsenal and Man City, who finished 1-2. The 3rd best team at home with an 18-goal differential, plus differential. They're a very good team at home, very entertaining, and now this is a team that can score. On top of it, they're starting to buy into the Mikel Arteta way of how he wants his team to play. They're playing very good football right now, and they're -1 in this game. But they're getting the Leicester team coming in, blew a 2-0 lead in their opening game to draw 2-2 against Brentford. Their expected goals in that game were only 0.63, which tells you a little luck involved in getting those couple of goals. They overperformed, and that's never a good sign when you hit the road and play on the road. This is a team I'm expecting a lot of regression from this season, and Arsenal swept the 2 games last year, winning 2-0. Both of them, you have to go back a couple of years to find Leicester actually getting a result against Arsenal. This is a very good Arsenal team playing at home. lay the goal here. This is probably another one of those 2-0 type games. Could be a 3-1 type game, but Arsenal laying the one is a good play here.
Carm laying the chalk in the Arsenal-Leicester City match in the EPL. Let's talk about Brentford and Manchester United. Manchester United minus 106. They're slight chalk. Brentford's plus 300. The draw plus 250. And, of course, Brentford opened with a draw in round one. But much of that opening weekend focus was on the Red Devils of Manchester. And they failed miserably at home, losing 2-1 to Brighton. Tell us why it's too early to jump off the Man U ship this.
Yeah, I watched that game, Teddy, and I really wanted to jump off the ship. But listen, a lot was expected of them, mainly because it's supposed to be a new philosophy, a new style of playing under new manager Erik ten Hag, who was the manager for Ajax. And anyone who watched Ajax over the last few years knows that this team won titles. This team plays a very exciting game of football. And for the first 15 minutes of the game, these games are 90 minutes. First 15 minutes, Man United looked very good, but they couldn't score. They couldn't break down Brighton. And before they knew it, they were down 2-0. They brought in Ronaldo, who didn't start the game, off the bench in the second half, pulled one back, but ultimately lose 2-1. And it's a disappointment at home in front of their home fans who expected a lot more. I'm going to tell you that you got to draw a line through that, because it was possibly the worst scenario to play a team like Brighton, who finished 9th in the league last year, in your first game, because they are a stingy team on the road. They finished 5th in the EPL last year on the road, mainly because they only allow 1.1 goals per game away from home, playing that type of stifling midfield defense, and they don't give you much. They now get Brentford, a team that plays a much more open game, allowed 1.47 goals across all their games last year, allowed a goal or more in 30 of their 38 games last season. This is the type of team that United could actually play extremely well against. And the line is low because of the opening loss, the 2-1 loss. Everyone thinks this is the same United team from last year. I'm going to say that they're not the same team. I think they're going to play a lot better here. And had they won that opening game, this line would be minus 140, 145, maybe minus 150. So you're getting an undervalued United team here. You're only going to lay between 106. Some books have it at even money, and that's the play here. Take United minus 106. They get the win here, and their first 3 points under their new manager.
Carmine Bianco, everyone. Another exclusive handicapper at WagerTalk.com. And Carm, I apologize for this question. It is not from me. It's from Mixed by Post. Does Carmine use shampoo?
I don't. I don't. I use body wash, and that's good enough.
Okay,
but
there you go, everybody.
The
Carm does not use shampoo, even though somebody had the odds of like Heads and Shoulders was like minus 120 or something.
If you're going to use anything, Lawrence, if you're going to use anything and you're out there watching this, you should use the code WTT30. That will get you $30 off a 7-day all-access package of mine. And there's a lot of I've got some NFL up for tonight, exhibition. I've got baseball, soccer up today, and then some soccer plays through the weekend, and a big play going on the weekend that will be up shortly.
There you go, everyone. Carmine Bianco, make sure to take advantage of that code WTT30. $30 off a 7-day all access. Carm, I know you've gone, but you're in the background. Come swim this afternoon if you want to hang out. Teddy covers. Let's bring in Kyle Anthony sitting on a balcony in the sun with the shades going down. Dude, I'm starting to think you're thinking you're cool.
Nah, I'm not. Listen, I'm hitting the pool too today, Prez. Not just you. I'm hitting the pool today. So, I feel pretty cool right now.
God, bicep off. Teddy? Yeah, you're the worst.
I'm looking
Kyle.
at my list like you guys are going to the pool, and I'm looking at my list of stuff I'm supposed to get done today for preseason and college prep. And I'm like, good. Enjoy yourself.
Do it by the pool. I like to do capping by the pool sometimes.
Sure.
Yeah. There you go. Capping by the pool. Where are you, Kyle? Are you on vacay?
Yeah, I'm in Orlando for about 6 days, and then I home for a couple days, and then I'll see you all in Vegas. So it's a nice little run I got going here, getting some vacation in for the end of August.
Yeah, listen, I'm really looking forward to the meet and greet. I hope you guys are coming. Chuck, Andy, David, Slim, Gary, Words. I hope you guys are all coming to the meet and greet. It's going to be a lot of fun. Kyle, UFC, my brother. Dominic Cruz back in the ring. This guy won't retire. I think he's going to be wearing Depends maybe. Here we have him at plus 185. Seems appropriate. How do we bet this game?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely no doubt that Vera, given a lot of things like you're saying, Cruz is getting there. Cruz is up there in age, but Vera's looked good. I mean, Vera beat Davey Grant, knocked out Frankie Edgar, beat Rob Font. He's looked really good, looked strong in the clinch, pressure forward, brawling. He brings a lot of that to the cage, a lot of forward aggression. But the one thing about this, and I think the biggest really concern for anybody really that's going to be looking to back Vera is going to be that the movement that Cruz brings. And he is a magician when it comes to his just angles, his unorthodox, his footwork. All of that really brings a lot of problems to the cage for somebody like Marlon Vera, where Vera's more plotting. He likes to dig his feet in. He likes to really, again, move forward and land the big shots. And Cruz on the other side of this, the big thing for him is that he's a point fighter. He is really good being on the outside, keeping the good footwork, working at range, keeping good volume. That's really been his thing. And on the other side, Vera doesn't give a shit about points. He's looking for finishes. He's got, out of his 22 finishes, he's got 17. I mean, I have 22 fights. He's got 17 finishes out of those 22 wins. And Cruz is on the other side of that. Cruz is really on the other side of that. He is 16-1 when fights go to a decision. So he has really been great at just point fighting, landing the shots, keeping out of danger, where you've got Vera's 4-7 when fights go the distance. And if you look at the line right now, it's juiced to the under, 1.5, it's minus 260. So you're definitely going to be getting a lot of juice when you're seeing the under that way. Books are expecting this to be that. Cruz is built for a 5-round fight. He's built for a 5-round fight. Again, his footwork, he's a matador in the cage. And I think that the big thing here also adding to this is going to be Cruz can get takedowns. And Vera is comfortable in his guard, and there are a lot of things that he can do off his back, but just control time. I think this goes 5 rounds. I think Cruz is definitely the value spot here. I do agree that he should be the underdog, but I think this is way too spread for me here. I do like Cruz minus, it's plus 185, plus 195 I'm seeing out there. It's absolutely the value. This number would be minus 270 if 4 years ago. So I do like, Cruz to go out there and get this victory. Good, healthy plus money on that.
We're talking UFC Saturday night at Pechanga Arena in San Diego. Kyle Anthony breaks down the main card. He says to look at Dominic Cruz at the plus price. You may want to look at the over in that match with, again, 4.5 juice to the over. It tells you they're expecting this one to go the distance. We take a look at the undercard, however, on Saturday night. We're about to talk about a fight that has a total of 1.5 rounds and heavy money coming in on the under of that. That, of course, Gabriel Benitez against Charles Ontiveros. Benitez is a solid favorite in this one, minus 350. Ontiveros in the plus 280, plus 290 range. Again, total 1.5 money to the under. What do you expect on the undercard Saturday night, Kyle?
Yeah, this one here I think is kind of a straightforward fight, pretty much here. And, you've got Benitez. He's a journeyman fighter. He's a guy that just, he's in his mid-30s, never was really able to get to that next level. He's had some good fights and some good showings, lost some, won some, but he's currently on a 1-4 run here, and out of his last 5 cage appearances, and the only guy he beat was currently on an 0-4 run. So he's definitely not beating these high-level guys. Not saying that Ontiveros is, but he's definitely not beating these high-level guys, which makes this line definitely way too wide. At you're looking at minus 350 on Benitez. But the fact that this line is so wide is both of these guys are kill or be killed kind of fighters, where they are going to be going forward. They're going to be looking for the big shots. They are very irresponsible when it comes to striking defense. And Benitez definitely has the better striking. He's definitely more crisper, but the fact that both of these guys are going to be aggressive, going to be pushing forward, going to be looking for the big shot, that's where this, like you're saying, this is one where, and actually I think I gave the stat on the wrong one, but this is where it's juice to the under is minus 260. I think that this is where both these guys are going to go forward. And physically speaking, you've got Antiveros, who is going to be very big. He's 6'2". You've got Benitez, who's 5'8". Antiveros also going to have a 5-inch reach advantage as well. Benitez is moving up in weight as well. So there's a lot of things going against Benitez. He's definitely the more skilled striker between the two, but both of them are going to look to move forward. Both of them are going to be in a phone booth fighting. I think the reach advantage is going to help him a lot in this spot here. So I like Benitez. I like Antiveros at plus nearly 300. I think it's a live line. It's worth a sprinkle, and I think it's a dog or pass spot. I see a lot of people putting Benitez in parlays. I don't highly suggest that, especially if you're talking over 300. But I just think that this fight is way closer than this line indicates, and it's one where somebody who just lands a big shot, fight's going to be over. And at a coin flip kind of fight, we're got in the heavyweight division too, where guys are just throwing and one fight ends it. I think both these guys got the opportunity to end the fight at any moment. So I take the plus money here as well. Antiveros plus 290.
Awesome stuff, Kyle. Wow, dude. It's like you don't even breathe. Kyle, I've been seeing you on some other shows, man. Career trajectory on the positive. What's going on? Where can everybody watch the handsome Kyle Anthony? And I think you should just go with that, Kyle. You should just come on. Like WWE wrestlers did it. I think there was like the handsome Dusty Rhodes or something. I think you should just go as the handsome Kyle Anthony.
That's not bad. But right now, you need to start that. You need to keep that going. You need to keep, feeding the public the handsome Kyle thing. But yeah, I was on the line. I'm doing some things with MSG. So, it's just a lot of good things going on. I got more things in the works. I have a podcast that's going to be starting probably the beginning of September also with somebody else, which I don't want to get into yet, but somebody else is going to be joining me. So a lot of good things, man. We're taking over the UFC space, man. We're taking it over.
Beautiful. Kyle Anthony, everyone. Anything to promote? You got some plays up? You got a promo code? What do you got?
Yeah, this week I got 4 plays currently right now in the package, $19. I'm looking at a 5th play that I just want to take a little bit further deep dive into, and we're ready to go, man. We're ready to cash this weekend.
Okay, and also Tom Cruise called. 1980s are gone. Send his risky business classes back, please. Teddy covers. That was Kyle Anthony. Guys, it's even though we don't have 100 likes, I got a promo code to give out. So to hell with it. We're doing a presidential address anyway. Let's go. Oh. All right, it's time for the daily presidential address. I am Lawrence Presman. I hope you guys watched WagerTalk today on our YouTube channel. It was awesome. Make sure to download our app, WagerTalk TV. You can find it in all the app stores. You can stream all of our shows. Yesterday, I gave out 2 plays for free for you guys. One was canceled and the other was a W. I got 2 plays for you today, but before we get into that, shout out to some of the people, all the people who purchased my baseball week. As told yesterday, if you use the promo code MLB49, that's MLB49, you get 7 days of all my baseball plays for only $49. I have won 5 days in a row. I am up massive units on the entire season. And just, guys, seriously, my baseball has been so consistent all the way through. I think the worst I've done is lost 4 plays in a row or something from day one. So please take advantage of that. MLB49. Okay, enough with the infomercial. Here are 2 plays that I am betting tonight. The first is the Philadelphia Phillies. I bet them last night. I gave it out to my clients. It was a delicious eighth inning win, to say the least. We're going right back to Philly again, minus 153. And I like Baltimore to go over the total of 9.5. Use that promo code MLB49. Other than that, Teddy, my brother, take us home.
That's going to wrap it for the Thursday edition of WagerTalk Today. We've got football tonight. More than one game, which is always exciting. We'll do it again tomorrow. Same time, same channel. 9 a.m. here on the left coast. Noon for you back east. I want to thank Kyle Anthony, Carmine Bianco, Dave Cokin, and, of course, you out there in listener and viewer land. We appreciate you making WagerTalk Today a part of your day. If you haven't done it yet, please download the brand new red hot WagerTalk app. Again, we'll be back tomorrow. Between now and then, enjoy the games and good luck.
Did you know that from 2017 to 2020, WagerTalk charged $795 for a season of either college football or NFL? Well, we know how important our season-long customers are, and we want to increase the amount of money you save by committing a season-long package. While most of our competitors continue to raise their prices, we are doing the exact opposite. We've lowered our price for both the NFL season and the college football season to only $5.99 each, but through Sunday, August 14th, we are offering an early bird special, saving you an additional $100, making your NFL or college football season only $4.99. That's under $23 per week. Make sure to take advantage of the early bird prices before midnight, Sunday, August 14th, as they will return to the still low price of $5.99 per sport per season. You know the NFL preseason is already underway, and the college football season kicks off Saturday, August 27th. There is no coupon needed and no limit to the number of packages you can buy. Just head to your favorite handicappers page and take advantage today.